Hey guys, it's Dana and welcome back to my channel. So I am going to do a completely impromptu video to talk about something that I had talked about when I was doing weekly vlogs back earlier in the year, and that is the keto diet. So I had been doing the keto diet basically since January of this year. So fast forward, we are in July. So I had been on it well over 7 months. And I will talk a little bit about the weight loss portion, but the reason I'm so excited and the reason I am so happy about it is when I got my A1C done in January, it was 6.8. which is it's considered good. You are in tight control, or you're in control. Basically, they want you below a 7 to be in a controlled type 1 diabetic situation. So that was a good number. I had other numbers of 6.9, 6.8 for a little while. So overall, my diabetes care team definitely thought I had good control over the disease. I talked about this on Instagram, but I haven't really talked about it on YouTube, and I'll talk about it now. I am part of a study for a insulin that's been on the market a little while, and this is my nice 35-page document regarding the study that I'm on. And the insulin that I'm currently, or I will be testing starting tomorrow, is Trevesa. Trevesa is a long-acting insulin. It's supposed to last for 24 hours. So when I agreed to start being part of the study, they did my A1C. And I went in for my follow-up appointment this morning, and my A1C was 5.9. I literally, I don't care. I'm like, clearly I think everybody knows that I'm pretty loud and I live out loud. And I was in the doctor's office and I was so pumped because that was my actual goal, is to get my A1C in the 5s this year. So that goal was met. I'm trying to give you guys an update approximately on what the weight loss was, because I'm sure people are going to tune in and be like, oh, how much weight did you lose on the keto diet? I will say my weight loss numbers have not been crazy. And that's okay, because especially recently, since I started CrossFit, my body has changed so much, so dramatically. Now I'm starting to notice the definition through my biceps again, which it's been a good while since there was any definition there. But I want to look at Michael. Mikey is in front of me playing with a Q-tip that I gave him this morning. Okay. So getting back to the weight loss, and this probably will not seem like a lot of weight to those people that think the ketogenic diet is just, they're gonna shed the most amount of weight in the world. I do have different challenges being a type 1 diabetic, so I will say that over the time period from January to now, which is July the 26th, I had lost 13 pounds overall, which 13 pounds removed, as Sandy would say, is a good thing. And I am really happy with that. And I'm super happy with my A1C results. Now, because I've agreed to loan my body to science for now the next 9 weeks, I've also agreed to up my carbohydrate intake, because this is a controlled study. They want people normally eating, and keto is not normal. The amount of carbs I was eating is not normal, but the doctors there did appreciate that my A1C is good because of that. So they had said I'm eating around 25 grams of carbs now, maybe less a day. They had asked me to add an additional 15 grams. So I will be going up to about 40 grams a day, and I will, for all intents and purposes, be going off of keto for the next 9 weeks. That being said, I do think I'm going to continue with intermittent fasting as a way to be in ketosis during the periods when I'm not eating. So if you're not aware what intermittent fasting is, that's basically a feeding period that you give yourself a window, approximately an 8-hour window. I will not be super strict with this because it is summer and I'm going to enjoy myself. I will like to lose some weight, but realistically August is coming up and that's my birthday month. So if I maintain throughout the month of August where my current weight is at, I'm fine with that. And then September 21st, if I go the full 10 weeks with this program, is the day that it'll end, and I do plan on going back onto the keto diet then, because I will say the blood sugar changes have been phenomenal. And this week I did up my carb intake because they asked me a little bit, so there have been a couple of days where I ate a little bit more carbs. Specifically on Tuesday, I had a meal with 50 grams of carbs in it, and I had like a crazy, I didn't have a crazy spike. It went up a little bit, but, oh, apparently, oh, so I also got a Dexcom, and that's what's beeping at me. So on Tuesday night, I went out and I had a meal that had 50 grams of carbs in it, and my blood sugar did go up, and then the next morning I went to CrossFit, and I was able to break through and bring it back down, but then I actually ended up with a smallish low, like it was in the 3.9 or something like that, and I suspended insulin. I was able to get myself back into working order, but yeah, for me, keto has been absolutely phenomenal for my blood sugars. So if you are a type 1 diabetic or even a type 2 diabetic, I do highly recommend trying the keto diet. It is definitely challenging in the beginning. The first week to 2 weeks is kind of a phase where you might be craving carbs, and then guess what? Once you get through that and you break through that, you will actually not crave carbs anymore, and your body will eventually get fat adapted. I believe my body took a while to get fat adapted, but it definitely is fat adapted now, and I can say that I felt fantastic. Definitely through the past 3-4 months, I felt really good. My thinking has generally been very clear, and for me, the keto diet is definitely something that I will be doing long term. I do plan on, now that I am kind of doing this study, I'll be definitely tracking with my Weight Watchers app and using my points a lot more. They don't want you to be on a crazy diet for this, and in my opinion, Weight Watchers is not a crazy diet. Weight Watchers is a very healthy way of life, and for the average person that doesn't have necessarily the issues that I have with an autoimmune disease, when they typically are asking me, what do you think is a good diet program, I will say Weight Watchers. I've seen my cousin Debbie be very successful with Weight Watchers over the years, and I do feel like the program gives you a lot more. I will say that I think people should go to Weight Watchers and sign up and go to meetings, because for me, the meetings have been the most beneficial for my mental health, and I do get a lot out of them. So that is my keto diet update. 13 pounds removed, as well as my A1C went from a 6.8 to a 5.9, and I do not plan on setting any more A1C goals for this year. Whatever happens during this test period, we will see, and then hopefully I can recover before my next year-end A1C is done and still stay within that 5 range, but that goal is met, and I'm super happy. I will say that I already know in 2019 my A1C goal is a 5.5, and any type 1s out there know that 5.5 is a unicorn blood sugar, so that is the 2019 goal that I am setting for myself. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you feel like this would be beneficial to either a type 1 or a type 2 diabetic in your life, please share it. and follow me across all my social media platforms. It is Type 1 Dana everywhere. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and remember, life's a journey, not a destination, so buckle up and enjoy the ride.